Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I got how to make Still a Brainrot Part 4. It's part 4 for the series and stuff. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys been showing on the first 3 parts. I'm gonna keep the series going. Don't worry, there will be more and more parts and stuff. So part 4, right? Um, I have not gotten to steal. I know a lot of people want me to get to steal. Steal, like stealing NPCs, will be in part 5. Okay. Part 4, it would have been too much to include all this stuff. So I fixed 2 issues. A lot of people reported NPCs getting stuck behind walls and stuff after being bought. So you would buy an NPC, and then let's say like you had a second base over here, it would get stuck behind like this wall or something. So I changed it, right? So I made it so that the NPC walks it first walks to your what's it called? It walks to your spawner, which will be in front of your base. So pretty much it can't get stuck because like your carpet, like your bases would all be like adjacent, like facing towards the carpet. So the spawner would be in front of your base. So they pretty much can't really get stuck. I can't really imagine how it would get stuck. You'd have to have a very odd, like very weird map design to for them to get stuck. But yeah. So now they walk to the spawner first, so they'll be in front of the base, then they walk to the platform. I changed it. Someone did point out to me, I didn't even know this, that apparently the way it's supposed to work is they walk to like the front of the base, like the front little green thing on the floor, and then they teleport to your base. I might do that. I might just change it to that since that's more accurate to the game and actually would make things a lot easier, to be completely honest. So I might just do that. But yeah, so I fixed that issue. I added an idle animation. Someone asked me about that. NPCs will have idle animations while they're, you know, um sitting on the or standing on the platform. I fixed bases still being locked after the player leaves. Someone pointed this out to me. If let's say a player locked their base then left the game, it would still be locked and stuff. Obviously once it was up it would unlock, but still. So I fixed that. I added sell where you can now sell NPCs, so you can sell them. Just like in the game, you sell them for half the price that you bought it for. I made it so a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, asked me about this stuff, and I'm honestly glad. Thank you to everyone who did ask me about this, because it was a teachable moment for me. I did not know about using the physics service um to change collisions and stuff, but yeah. So I made it so NPCs cannot collide with players or vice versa, I guess. So don't worry. You guys don't have to worry about, players like trying to block the NPCs and stuff, right? And then I also changed something with the money. Someone brought this up to me. Um, Again, learned something new thanks to you guys. So now if it's like, you have like 1,000, it'll say like 1 point whatever K. Or if you have a million, it'll say like 1.0 mil or M, I should say. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Okay, so first thing first, I didn't change much outside of the scripts. The only thing I did change that I can remember, inside of our NPC folder, which is inside of server storage, I know I did this. So inside of your rig, you're going to want to insert another animation. It's literally just like the walk animation, so you could really just duplicate this, rename it to idle animation, throw in your animation ID, or just go to your rig, type animation, and then just rename it idle animation, put in your asset ID. Remember, I get all my animations from the toolbox. I don't make any animations. You guys have to use your own. You can't use my ID and stuff. That's not me saying I don't want you to. That's me literally telling you every ID is specific to a player. Like if you guys try to input this, it's not gonna work and stuff because that's my animation ID. But anyway, so yeah, make sure you do that, and again, make sure you do that for every single rig you have, right? In idle animation stuff. Now for me, I put the same exact ID in every single NPC because I wasn't gonna publish 3 different animations and stuff, right? But obviously, assuming you have different idle animations, then your NPC should look different. But yeah, so just like you did the walk animation, so that's all you have to do outside of the script. I know y'all struggle to get that done, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and open up the local core script. All right, and then we are going to scroll down. Or actually not. I don't think. Do we need to scroll down? Yeah, yeah, right here actually. Because I think because this was this. I think this was the same. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down here, right? We're gonna make one simple change. You're gonna go into the for loop right here. You're gonna go after the do, so press enter, and go right before this, and then you're gonna say if base dot lock base dot is locked dot value is equal to false, enter, then you'll just say break. What this pretty much does is, let's say this is the account for the fix I mentioned about making it so that if a player leaves, it'll unlock their base. So let's say a player, the player left and their base is it's unlocked for whatever reason, it's going to instantly break out of the loop and then make it so that, the lasers disappear and that players can walk into the base and stuff like that, right? So added that, yeah, just move that right there. And then we added a new event. Okay, so you're gonna go right here, press enter. You're gonna say else if event type is equal to, in quotation marks, you're just gonna put unlock base, enter, right? So for this, you're just going to create a variable for the base. It's similar to the lock base function. So base is equal to arg1, right? Then you can just go ahead and just literally just copy this, everything from the for I loop and like the last three things. So just copy and then paste. I think that's literally the same. Yeah, I think it's literally the same thing. Yep, yep, yep. Literally just that. So then that's what you're gonna do for that function, or that event, I should say. Then after that, you're gonna come down here. We're gonna modify this a bit. We can really just delete it actually. One second thought. So we're gonna change this so that it displays differently and stuff. If you don't want it to display differently and you want it to display like this specific number, like down to whatever, rounded to whatever and stuff like that, then you can just leave it as is. This is an optional change, but this is what most popular games use and what Steal a Brainrot uses. So we're gonna put amount in the function, right? This is gonna be the new amount. It just changed to, so you're gonna say if amount is greater than or equal to 1e6. I'm pretty sure this is like 1e to the 6, which is it's like a math thing. It's just a very big number. Enter, so this goes for thousands, or sorry, not thousands, millions. So you're going to say core GUI dot money text label dot text is equal to string dot format. Make sure you're getting everything right here. Quotation mark, percent symbol dot 1 lowercase f uppercase m. Then go outside of the quotation marks, put a comma, put amount, then slash 1e6, right? Then you can just go after that, and just go right here, press enter, type the word else, then just copy the if statement stuff. So copy, go right here, paste, right? Then you're just gonna change this to 1e3, and then this is for thousands. And then of course you're just gonna come down here, and then the only thing you're gonna change is you're gonna change the m to a k, and then amounts you're just gonna do slash e 1e3. Then after that, you're gonna press enter again, and then you're just gonna say else enter, because then whatever else it is, then that just means it's less than 1,000. Then you'll just simply say what we had before: core GUI.moneyTextLabel.text is equal to, in quotation marks, money symbol dot 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 amount, right? So boom, just like that. That's the changes. That's the money display adjustments and stuff, right? So it looks nicer now. Go ahead and open up the server scripts. Definitely made a lot of changes here. So go right here, go before the variable for the remote event. So press enter. You're going to create a variable for the physics service. So you're going to put PHS is equal to game get service physics service, right? Then after that, we're going to create a new function, right? We're going to make a protect the call function. So pcall function, close parentheses, enter. Probably would be for the best to like use a while loop to ensure that this runs, but I don't think this could fail, to be honest. I don't think it's really a need. Well, anyway, PHS, you're going to say PHS. So here's how we do the whole collisions thing. This is honestly very cool to me. This is how you can make it so that NPCs can't collide with players, or just in general, if you would just want to learn how to make certain things not collide with certain things without like actually, changing the can collide properties. You're going to change the collision group. So you're going to say register collision group. You're going to create a new collision group. By default, there is a default collision group. If you open up your rigs, right, and if you click any one of the parts, you'll notice that its collision group by default is set to default, right? And you can't, and don't manually change it. Like, you have to do this via the script, like how I'm doing it. So we're going to register two new collision groups: players, which is of course going to be for players, and then we're going to make one for NPCs, and then enter, and then paste, right? And then for the second one, you're just going to say NPCs, capital NPC, NP and C, and then S is lowercase. Then after, go outside of the function, and then you're just going to say PHS, I believe it's, collision group set collidable. That's what it is, set collidable. Then you're saying quotation marks, you're going to say players. Again, make sure it matches exactly what's right here. well, exactly what's right here. So players, so you're just going to say players, NPCs, comma, false. Pretty much setting it so that players and NPCs cannot collide, right? Then you're going to go down here. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. You're going to skip 3 ends, right? You're going to skip 3 ends. And then you're going to create a second for loop. You're going to say for j comma f in I paired. You're going to say base get children. Enter. You're going to say if string dot find. Then you're going to say f dot name comma in quotation marks platform. Remember, just finding a platform. We did this before. Then press enter. You're then going to create a variable for said platform. Platform is equal to f. If you're confused about what's going on, just go here. We're getting the children of the base. We're finding all our platforms. This is, our platform models, right? Then after that, we're going to say platform. Oh, if you're confused what I'm doing, I'm setting up one main function for each basis collector because I realized, again, fixing memory issues. I realized not like memory, not like my memory. I'm talking about like the game memory and stuff. Pretty much I was creating a function, a collector function every single time there was a new NPC. There's no need to do that. We only need to create the function one time. So we're just creating this up here. So just saving resources. So we're going to say platform dot collector. This is the parts. You're going to say dot touched connect function. Oh, that function, close parentheses, enter. Okay, so actually, my bad. We were actually supposed to copy and paste this. Scroll all the way down. You're looking for the collector function right here. So it should be inside of the generate money function. You're looking for this right here. So go ahead and you can cut or copy and then delete it. So boom, we no longer need that. Then you're going to scroll all the way to the top, exactly where we just were. And then I could just replace this. So you could just paste, right? And then obviously it's going to give you an error. So you're just going to change assign platform to platform. And then just Control C, Control V. And then player. And then we're going to need to get the NPC. So I think, hold on. Hit parent name. Oh yeah, right. I did need to check one more thing. So we're gonna go here, and then you're gonna say and platform dot current unit dot value is not equal to none. It's pretty much to make sure that there is currently a unit there, right? So then you could just press enter right here. So after you get the player, you're then going to create a variable for the NPC. You're gonna say NPC is equal to platform find first child rig, because remember it should be named rig and it should be parented to the platform, right? And then we have our player plus equal npc.money.value, and then that remains the same. So yeah, so we just leave that. Then we go down here, we modify the no, not this function, the player removing function. Again, this is for the to ensure that the base is unlocked. So you're gonna go right here. So I think it's like, yeah, I think it's like right here. Yeah, right. So you're gonna go, wait, is it before the 3 ends or yes, before the 3 ends? Okay. So you're gonna go, yeah. So before the third to last end right here. You're gonna go, yeah, before the third to last end right here. And then you're going to say, or wait, no, because that's a new wait, that's an if statement. I'm trying to think. Hold on. No, actually, yeah, that's wrong. You're going after the for yeah, okay, my bad guys, my bad. Okay, so click the arrow right here, right? And then you're going after. So before the second to last end. You're then gonna say if base dot lock base dot is locked dot value is equal to true. Enter. Then you're just gonna say core events fire all clients in quotation marks on log base. Make sure you type that correctly. Comma send over the base. Then after that, just set the value base dot lock base dot is locked dot value is equal to false. Right? And okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That looks right now. So yeah, and then that'll just unlock the base whenever if a player is to leave. Then we'll go down and we will go down to the NPC move function, right? So look for the NPC move function. So this is the fix to NPCs getting stuck behind the wall. So what I did was you're gonna go right here. You're gonna put reached in here. Or wait, actually no, sorry. This isn't the fix for it and stuff. This isn't the fix, but this is a general thing that might be able to help some people, because I know some people are still having issues with like NPCs getting stuck. Only like a few people have still reported it, but this should help. I think because like reach was like failing. So you're going to pretty much go after the return. You're going to say else if not reached, enter, because this function for some odd reason can I didn't know this can be triggered even if the NPC does not reach the final destination. So you're going to say not reach, which means that the NPC was unable to reach it, unable to reach their destination. If that's the case, then return. That should prevent extra like it calling it extra times when it's just not needed to and stuff. But yeah, so that was all we had to do there. Then we go down to the generate money function, and this is where this is where I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, right. We just took it away. My bad. I was so confused. I'm like, well, we're missing a whole function. Okay, I forgot we took that away. I was like, what? I was like, what is going on? Okay, so you're gonna go right here, right? After the generate money, the whole calling the function, press enter. So before the npc.money.change function, you're gonna set up the idle animation. We're gonna play this when we start, generating money. So we're just gonna say idle at is equal to npc.humanoid.animator load animation parentheses. You're just going to say specific npc folder, or no, sorry, you're going to say npc dot idle idle animation. Then you're just going to say idle at play. Right, make sure the animation priority is set to idle, of course. Then we're going to also update, because we're also setting up this self system. So we're going to say npc dot humanoid root part dot proximity prompt dot action text is equal to sell, so that the player can sell. And then you can just copy and paste this, control C, control V. Then you're just going to go right here, delete the action text, and then just say enabled is equal to true. Right, and then we deleted that function already, and then okay. So yeah, from there we should be good to go. We're done with this function. I believe the next changes are inside of the buy NPC function. Yeah, it's inside of the buy NPC function. Okay. So I changed the way things are going to work. So for the unit value we create, that we're storing inside the player that owned units folder to keep track of the units we currently have, we're going to change this. So the name is now going to be, you're going to change specific NPC folder to assigned platform.name. That way we're going to have, like, let's say your game, like in each base you have 10 platforms and stuff. There will at a time there can only be a maximum of 10 values and stuff, because that player can only have 10 NPCs. Obviously, if you have less or more than that, value would be different. This is to keep track of which unit is in which platform and stuff. You'll have, like platform 1, then you'll have the name of the NPC. So you could say specific NPC folder dot name or NPC name dot value and stuff. It doesn't really matter, but that should still work nonetheless. And then right here, I feel like I had to change this. NPC. Oh, it's not, wait. NPC humanoid move to. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so I changed this part right here. So instead of moving them to the platform, again, this is after the whole for loop in the buy function. So we're gonna make them walk to the spawner first, and then have them walk. But I can change it to the way it is in actual game if that's what y'all want, though. But anyway, so we're gonna say assigned platform. You're just gonna say assigned platform. Dot parent. Oh, my bad. Assigned platform dot parent dot spawner dot position. So you're gonna make them walk over there. Then after this whole animation check, you're gonna create a variable called at spawn is equal to false by default. So at spawn is in you reach the spawner, and then we're also going to put a reach here. We're gonna do the same thing. So you're gonna do so put a task that wait 0.1 seconds. You may have to make that longer depending on, that should again help with like things being called too long, but I think in general though it should just be good. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna say if at spawn enter. So that means if at spawn is equal to true. So if that's the case, you're just gonna copy all of this code right here, all of the original code we had. So just copy or cut, paste, right? Because if they're at spawn, that means now they need to walk to the platform. So there's nothing you have to change here. All of this stuff remains the exact same. Then you're just gonna say else if not at spawn, enter. Then of course you'll set at spawn equal to true. You will say npc.humanoid move to assigned platform dot platform. Now you'll do it. dot position. Then you'll say at play. By the way, somebody asked me this actually. Side thing. People have asked me this. Like I think 2 or 3 people asked me this. For like playing sounds and stuff. Which to be honest, I should know how to do that if you're trying to make a game. But besides the point. So let's say like you want to play a sound, like you want to have a certain sound effect for certain things, like maybe when like the player steps on the collect thing, like the collect money and stuff. So this is the where is it? Right here. So this is when wait, I'm so confused. Where's the thing? Platform. Oh, right here. Yeah, yeah. So whenever they try to collect money for an NPC, let's say you want to have a sound effect, right? What you need to do is obviously have your sound effect inside a sound service, or you could have it inside of like a local script and stuff. You could do that too. So that only plays for that player and stuff. So you could have the sound. Yeah, actually, yeah, you need to have the sound inside of the local script because you don't want that to play for the whole server. I would say you could probably set up a function on the local script. Like it would literally be this exact same thing. You would just delete this part of the code. Just delete this part of the code, and then you would just have, your variable for the sound, and then you would just, like, first you need to get the, the sound service. So just like this, just get the sound service, name it like SS, and then just say SS dot whatever the sound is, and then play, or wherever it is. Like if it's inside of the script, then yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that because people were asking me about that. But yeah, so we do that, we do all that, that's great. And then we're done there. Okay, we're done with the buy NPC function. We scroll down to the spawn, or not spawn NPC, sell NPC, which we have to create. So it's going to be in between spawn NPC and buy NPC. So, let's go right here, press enter, and then you're going to create a new function. Local function, sell NPC. In parentheses, you guys already know the drill. Player, NPC, specific NPC folder. Let me just make sure we're good. Okay, we're good. Let me lowercase that. Okay, then press enter. Okay, so to sell an NPC, you're simply just going to say player dot, and we already verified to make sure that the person selling it is the owner of it. I think. I'm gonna hope actually. Wait, that's actually very important. Actually, I just wait. I think I did, but hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to see about that. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna have to see about that. Anyway, so we're gonna say player dot leader stats dot cash dot value plus equals specific NPC folder dot price dot value divided by 2. Now you guys can do it differently. If you want to give them a full refund, up to you. Divided by 3, that's up to y'all. That's just how it is in the game. Then we're going to, get the assigned NPC, or that's not assigned NPC, assigned platform is equal to NPC dot parent. Then you'll say assigned platform dot current unit. You will clear this out. Dot value is equal to none, right? Then you'll say assigned platform dot collector gy dot collect text label dot text is equal to nothing. You just set that to nothing, then you can just copy and paste, Control C, Control V, and then just all you gotta do is just change this to money text label. Right, then you create a new, then you'll, or not create, you will find the unit value and then destroy it. So unit value, which is the thing inside of the owned units folder. So you'll just say player dot owned units, find first child, and then it should be assigned platform dot name. This is why each platform should, oh, by the way, each platform should, the model should have a different, like a different name, like platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, whatever, right? And then you'll just delete that. Obviously, do not name each platform the same thing. Definitely do not do that. Destroy. Then after that, you'll just say npc dot status dot value is equal to inactive, so that it stops generating money. Since I sold it, you need to wait 1 second so that the loop cancels out. Then you will destroy the NPC. NPC destroy. Okay. Now, few additions to the spawn NPC function. So you're gonna go right here, right? So right after setting the money per second text label text, and then right before the you set it C frame with the pivot too. So this is for the collisions. You're gonna say for I comma v in pairs, or sorry, I pairs. And I just realized I forgot to do something. I pairs. You're gonna say NPC model dot, or sorry, get children, calling get children, enter. So we need to account for both R6 and R15 models. So you're going to say if F, I mean not if V is a mesh part or V is a regular part. So R6 or R15, enter. Okay, by the way, I just want to clarify something. If you're using your own custom rigs and stuff like that that are like aren't regular, that like, don't have like parts and mesh parts and stuff, yeah, the collision thing might not work for you. I'm not gonna lie to you and stuff. It might not work. It might not work for you. So yeah, if your rig uses like mesh parts and regular parts, then it should work. Stuff, but yeah. So you're gonna say v dot collision group, right, is equal to, again, make sure you're typing this correctly, NPCs, right? Then after that we go down here to this. We're gonna change this. We're gonna put an if statement. So press enter. They're gonna say if NPC model dot status dot value is equal to, well, that is equal to inactive, right? Enter, and then you'll just have your by NPC, right? Because that means they're on the carpet, so you could just cut, paste, then you'll throw an else if. You'll say else if NPC model dot status dot value is equal to active, which means they want to sell the NPC, right? You'll just simply say sell NPC. But I kind of realized that I actually need to I need to double check something. I need to make sure that the NPC is actually I need to make sure that the person trying to sell the NPC is the actual owner. So let's see how to go about doing that, because I'm not gonna lie, I did not do that before. Let's see. Okay, so if the NPC model is parented to, well, not to be parented, it'll still be, damn. Well, actually, wait, no, because if it's active, then it's already parented. Okay, so I know what to do. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna say if NPC model, it'll be parented to the platform. So parent dot parent, which is the base, dot owner dot value is equal to player dot name. Enter. Then we will trigger the sell NPC function. Okay, there we go. Sorry guys, I just had to think about that real quick because I forgot to do that before the video. But anyway, and then you're gonna send over the NPC model, comma, specific NPC folder. Make sure you do NPC model and not NPC. A lot of people did that for some odd reason. But yeah. Okay, so we're technically done, but I actually forgot to do something I remembered. I need to set the collision. I need to do the exact same thing we did for the NPCs with the for the players. So actually, go back to where we just were, right? This whole for loop right here, copy this, because we did this for the NPCs, but we do need to do this for the players as well. Find the player added function, right? Go to the player character added and stuff, right? Skip the two ends. Make sure you're inside of the function, inside of the, oh my bad, inside of the character added function. Then you can just paste this, change this to character, and then, very important, make sure you change this to players. Again, spelling is very important, capitalization, all that. So this is to ensure that players are on the players collision group and then NPCs are on that. So yeah, let's go ahead and test to make sure this works. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts and models, you guys can read the description to find out how to get those. Okay, so first things first, let's go through everything quickly. Fixed NPCs getting stuck behind walls after being bought. Okay, so, or actually we can test two things real quick. I can test the money display adjustments as well as, because I have to give myself money anyway. So I'm gonna give myself, I don't know, however much money that is. Or actually, let's start off light. So I'm gonna give myself 1,000, right? You guys see how now it says 1.0k, right? Then if I give myself a whole bunch of money, now it says M instead of like the whole number. Okay, boom. Now if I try to go buy an NPC, right? So watch what it does. It's gonna walk to the spawner. Y'all can't see it because it's invisible. Then it walks to the thing, the platform. Then it hits, little aura pose or whatnot. The idle animation starts playing, right? So then let's go buy another one real quick. We go buy another one real quick. So boom, we buy it. It walks over to the spawner instead of the platform. Then it pivots, goes, and boom, right? And then collect functions work and stuff. Now we have the option to sell the NPC. Now, oh well, I have too much money to be able to see, but yeah. So pretty much if I hold, it'll take a second, then it'll destroy because it has to wait for the loop to end. But yeah, then you can sell your NPCs. As you can see, clears out the value when you sell the NPC. Boom. Okay, then the NPC is destroyed. Then you can go and get more units if you want, if you so choose to. So boom. Idle animation basis still there. So NPC made it so oh, by the way, I forgot the most important thing. So go stand in front of the NPC and watch. They walk right through me. Boom, they walk straight through me. You cannot, so you no longer, because a lot of people were really bothered by this. So yeah, you don't have to worry about players obstructing the NPC. They walk straight through them. There's literally no way for them to collide with them and stuff. Now, obviously, they will collide with not to worry. NPCs will collide with like other things like walls and stuff like that, and players as well and everything. We literally just made it so that these two, like that players and NPCs cannot collide. Like I can still collide with other stuff, but yeah. So that so the last thing to test is base is still being locked after the player leaves. Okay, so we're gonna simulate a test for me leaving server. So I'm gonna switch to the server side. I'm going to disconnect my player. As you can, why am I so stupid? I just forgot. I just realized I need to lock the base first. I'm so stupid. My bad, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna lock the base, right? Okay, boom. So here's what's gonna happen. Um, the and I just realized I have to test on a two-part. Okay, I don't feel like doing it. Okay, well, look, you guys let me know if it doesn't work, then I'll address it. But I know it works already. Okay, I don't feel like starting a test server with like two NPCs and stuff. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave like, subscribe if you're new and stuff like that. Thank you for all the love and support you guys been showing on the channel for all my series, Grow a Garden, Steel, Brainrot, Forsaken, whatever and whatnot. I will continue dropping more and more parts so you guys continue to show the series more and more love. Let me know of any bugs you find, anything you want to see. Please be patient though. I am adding stuff gradually. Like I said, Steel is next. I'll get to Rebirth. I'll get to all that other stuff. You just have to be patient. Give me time. And yeah, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.